What's good, peeps? Thanks as always for passing by the channel. Much appreciated. Hit that subscribe button if you guys are new. All right, so Eddie Hearn has mentioned three stadiums that he's in conversations with to host the AJ versus Andy Ruiz rematch. All of those stadiums are in the UK, by the way. So the talks of it being in Mexico, I think Andrew Ruiz Jr. mentioned the idea of the fight being in Mexico, an idea that I don't think should be dismissed either. I think it would be massive in Mexico, bigger than anything it could be in the UK. Trust me, the first Mexican heavyweight champion defending his belts in Mexico would be just ginormous, ginormous. So I don't think that idea should be dismissed, especially if AJ wins it. Then why can't the trilogy be in Mexico? Just a thought. Who knows? Madison Square Garden was also an option. I think Andy Ruiz mentioned he would like to do it back there, if not Mexico. AJ said something about he wouldn't mind doing it in Madison Square Garden as well. But I did think, and I did say this on a video I did last week, that it's more likely to be in the UK. I even said London. London's got two options in terms of the stadium. So the options are Wembley. Obviously, he fought there against Povetkin and Klitschko. The Principality Stadium, where he fought against Parker and Carlos Takam. And the new one on the list is Tottenham's new stadium. They've been added to the list as well. Obviously, I think they've staged a recent NFL game. Their stadium cost like a billion pounds. So they'll be wanting to recoup some of that money. And it will be by doing things like this, events. I mean, whether it be, I don't know, singers at their events or other events like boxing events. So they've been added to the list. Someone did mention to me the idea of it being at the Emirates, but that wasn't mentioned by Eddie Hearn. So I'm guessing those three are the three front runners. If I had to pick one, it still probably would be Wembley out of them all. I know it's in November. I don't think Wembley has a roof. I should know this. I don't think so, but I know it's in November. But regardless, I still think Wembley, just because of the numbers of people that are going to be interested in it, right? What's Tottenham's stadium? I think it's something like 60 something thousand. I mean, why not have another 30 at Wembley, right? Why not have another 30,000? So I think it's going to be too big a fight to be at Tottenham's new ground. Although I think it would look epic, although they've got good transport links, etc., etc. I think for this fight, it's probably got to be at Wembley Stadium if we're going to do a stadium, and I think we are going to do a stadium fight. But before we talk more about this, AJ, how do you guys think he's handling the defeat? I'm very split on this. On the one hand, I think I've read that some people say, you know what, he's handling it so well and he's humble and it's fantastic to see. I get that, and I understand that as well, and I kind of am in that corner. But maybe it's just me as an AJ fan. I almost feel like I want him to be a bit more upset. And he might be behind closed doors, by the way. We don't know. Maybe this guy that we're seeing coming out and smiling and happy is almost just for the cameras. Behind closed doors, he might be livid. But I say cameras. He's filming a lot of this stuff on his phone. This isn't like a camera crew is following him around. But I almost want him to be more angry with the loss. I don't know why. Maybe it's just me. I feel like, and I tweeted this, that elite level athletes, and look, I'm not an athlete. I don't know about all this stuff, but I feel like elite level athletes, when they lose, they should almost fucking despise losing. Like hate it with a passion. AJ seems more, I don't know, just accepting of it. It's almost like I'm a big football fan. You guys know this. If Liverpool lose and I see any of those football players shaking hands with the other players or swapping shirts, I want to smash my TV. I want you to do a Jamie Carragher or Roy Keane and just walk fuck off. Walk off that pitch and don't smile to anybody. Hurt like I'm hurting. Because I was hurting a bit with the AJ loss. And again, I tweeted something like, I'm more upset about AJ's loss than AJ. This might be the right thing to do. I'm not just saying this is 100% correct. I mean, get your opinions in. This might be, the way he's handling this could be the correct way to handle it. But I would like to see someone who has just lost 4 belts, who's just lost his massive debut in America, to a massive underdog. I would like to see him be a bit more upset about it. And for me, it's all well and good coming out smiling, but I don't know. It doesn't sit well with me. I want you as an elite sportsman to be livid. And he's not livid at all, is he? He's not livid at all. All right, so back to the fight. So those are the possible 3 stadiums. This will be the biggest fight of 2019 easily. Even if Golovkin versus Canelo gets made, I do think this will surpass it in every way. I read somewhere, I think someone I think Undisputed Truth sent me a tweet saying something like, this fight on pay-per-view in the UK at this time, remember it was like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, done 600,000 buys at 4 o'clock in the morning. Remember, this is a fight where everyone thought AJ was going to run through Ruiz and destroy him, and not many people were interested in this fight. It's still done 600,000 buys. Now, how many do you think it's going to do? Now where everyone considers Ruiz a genuine threat. Now where AJ is almost in a 50-50 fight against someone that's got his belts in the UK, revenge mission. I'll say it now, this fight does over 2 million pay-per-view buys. Come at me, it does. I confidently think this fight could do 2.2, 2.3 million pay-per-view buys in the UK. Not US, that's a different one because of the price they charge. But in the UK where we charge, keep forgetting what the price is, 20 quid. This fight will do over it, right? I mean, it's got so much intrigue. I mean, there's so many questions that need to be answered now. And that's what we fight fans tune in for. So many questions need to be answered. So all of a sudden, this has become a ginormous fight. Ginormous, which is why, again, I don't think you can do it at Tottenham Stadium, just because if you can sell an extra 30,000 tickets, you'd be stupid not to, right? If you can sell them at exactly the same face value you're going to sell them at for Tottenham Stadium, then you'll be dumb to say, you know what, let's not do it at Wembley. They're going to do it at Wembley. It's an enormous fight, and boy, I can't wait for it. I can't wait for it. One part of me wants to say, you know what, AJ got knocked out in sparring and he had a panic attack and he wasn't correct. That's me as a fan. That's me as an AJ fan. The other part of me is saying Ruiz is just much better than him. Ruiz will beat him again. Ruiz is confident and will beat him again. That's the clash. That's the intrigue. That's why it does over 2 million pay-per-view buys, because so many people will tune in just to see if it was a fluke. Can AJ destroy him? I mean, is that it for AJ? All the stuff that's going around. So I look forward to it. And if it is at Wembley, then I'm going to be commentating because I've got that gig. If not, then I won't be commentating. I'll be watching it as a fan. Anyway, we'll see. Either way, I'm there watching it. Peace.